and welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie for those who are new here, for those who are not. Thank you so much for clicking on the video of mine. Today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial. I just want to share with you guys the tips and the tricks, but this is literally my everyday. I don't wear this every day, but every time I do my makeup, it's this. Brunch, this. Dinner, this. Going to the movies, this. And the thing about me is either I don't wear makeup at all or I do. If it's a more casual thing, I just won't wear makeup. If you want to know how I did this, product, steps, the tools, continue watching. Before we get into the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to follow me. All my social media should be down below. If you're especially interested in makeup, my TikTok is where it's at, girl. Let's just get right into the video. Okay, so we're here. The skin is bare. The first step to a great base, whether it's clean girl, soft glam, full glam, whatever, is an actual good base, which is your skincare, your skin prep. I've already done that. I did my morning skincare routine. It's pretty simple. I usually go for ingredients that allow my skin to retain moisture. I already filmed that for you guys, that little session. Toner, serum, lotion, SPF, the whole nine, but I really like having my skin prepped. I feel like it allows me to have an even base also. Sometimes if I'm too dry, it doesn't show up easily on my face. So whatever your skincare routine looks like, even if you don't have one, at least slap on some moisturizer. The first thing that I do is my eyebrows. I'm still stuck in 2016 when it comes to my eyebrows. I use the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 5. I'm not really going to focus too much on brows. You can do your brows however you would like. Again, I like a 2016 brow, or at least the way that I do it is 2016 vibes. Girl, after that, my brows will forever be 2016. And then I use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Chestnut. I've been using this concealer since 2018, guys. This is my first big girl concealer, and I low-key am trying to graduate from her, so comment down below if there's any concealers that you guys love. I take my LA Girl Pro concealer, which has no product on it. I literally just use the tip. You can use any type of flat brush to carve out your eyebrows. I prefer doing my eyebrows with a natural concealer, nothing too light. If I want to go all in, I put a lighter concealer under my arch. I take the same concealer in the shade Butterscotch and I put that right under my brow so it highlights my brow bone. I apply it properly with the flat brush. And it kind of does like this gradient, and like you see how clean that looks, girl. I like the way this looks. And then I connect it. I go vertical now. I start from the middle even though there's no product, and whatever excess product I have, I make strokes with the concealer so it gives that like laminated vibe. You can go in for beauty blender or a brush. I am using the Sephora 71 brush. I love her. She is that girl. I go in and I blend. If there's any brow gel that you guys are obsessed with, please let me know. I would like a drugstore though. I'm not trying to spend 50,000 bands on a brow gel. But that's the brows done. Okay, so let's get into the actual base. Like I said about prep, your skincare is great, but the base has layers, guys. After skin prep, there's priming. The primer that I use is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. Again, another staple in my collection. I have normal skin. I just love the way that makeup adheres to this, and I just like the consistency. Like I like how it's a little bit sticky because, you know, there's that grip. There's that grip. I just pump it on my fingers. This is how much I put on. I just put it on like moisturizer. I mostly focus around my mouth area and my under eyes. I kind of alternate. Sometimes I put it before brows, sometimes I don't. Especially if I'm breaking out. I should have did it beforehand. Yeah, I'm breaking out my forehead, guys. Don't mind that. But you're not gonna notice that once the base is done, and that's the beauty of it. So these are my problem areas. My under eyes and my smile line. So you can stop here if you don't really crease in those areas, but here's a little hack for you. If you do, I take a loose setting powder. I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent medium deep. It's like a dark brown powder. You can use a translucent powder, like actual translucent powder, which I also have, but I prefer like a skin tone color. Even though all my products are mostly like medium to full coverage, I don't know, I just feel more comfortable using a darker powder that matches my skin tone kind of. And it kind of acts like a corrector also because of its warmer tone. I take the powder. This is like an old elf brush, guys. I'm so sorry. It's like a small brush and it's kind of dense, so I can just pack it in there. So I look straight ahead and I just pack it into where I crease, which is right under my eyes. Does this absolutely guarantee no creasing? No, but it tremendously helps it. It's crazy. Same thing with my smile lines. I smile, put it on the actual smile line, and then I stop. I don't know if you guys can see. And I just pack it in. So that's done. If your eyes naturally have a fold or a line, you can't stop the creasing. Like, it's science. It's gonna go in there, but if you don't want it to sink in too much in there, what I just showed you is going to help you guys, I promise. So this is how I do my soft glam. I do underpainting. I've obviously done like the regular way, which I can do a video for that too. I feel like this technique just looks the most flawless. But the thing is, guys, like, I have 10,000 steps to my routine, so I really hope that you could just sit and buckle in. You don't have to follow exactly how my makeup looks because I'm underpainting. I alternate between steps, which one goes first, third, last. I usually do concealer first, but I feel like my base looks the best once I do contour first. For contour, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Espresso. Another staple for me. Like, I've been using her for years. And my beauty blender's not wet, and it has to be wet. I'll be right back. The beauty blender is wet now, girl. She's bouncy. What I do though, every time I get a tissue and I wrap it around and I squeeze. Like, okay, obviously I squeeze it right after, like, I put it under the sink or the water. I felt like at first when I was using it, it was getting too wet and it was picking up the product for me. So I was like, I need it to literally just be damp. I need to expand, I need to get soft. I take the butt of the beauty blender, I put it on my contour stick, and then I start blending. And if you follow me on my TikTok, you've probably seen me draw it on my face, which that's completely fine. You can do that too. But this directly, it just eats. So I just put it where I do my contour, the high points of my cheek on the sides of my face, obviously. Do you see it? I do my chin. But my nose though, that's where I draw it on because I like an intense nose contour. When you are doing your makeup, when you're learning to do your makeup, you need to learn your face. That is one. I was going to talk about shade matching and undertones, but I feel like that's pretty standard. There's something that people don't really talk about, and that's your face shape. I do my contour and my makeup placements based on my face shape. So I have a round face. I place my makeup where it kind of balances out. I used to do contour like straight across my face and like I would cuff my cheeks, but now I go downwards on my forehead. I used to do it all around, but now I only do it on my temples. And the thing is, makeup doesn't have any rules. Like, you don't have to, but that's the angle that I like going from because I'm a visual person. I generally love art. I view makeup as art, and it's just like, it's just so cool how down to your face shape, how you can enhance your makeup and like make it custom to you. Like, you might be following the Uches, might be following me. Yes, we can recommend you products. Yes, we can give you tips, but there's just something about someone's makeup being done. It just looks right on you, you know? You don't look like just a copy paste of someone else. So yes, baby, I'm obsessed with Uche. There are some things that I picked up from her, some advice, some products for sure, but I adapted into my routine, and my routine is like based off of my face shape, my skin type. So you really need to learn about yourself, your face, your skin, in order to really enhance your makeup experience and how it looks. So I just blend that out. I really don't care if it's perfect or not. But let's do the next step, which is concealer, okay? Like I just said, I use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I'm gonna start with the base color, which is chestnut, because I personally like a bright under eye. I'm trying to be a UK girly. I'm from Toronto, but at heart I'm from the UK. I do this method, so I try to stay within the places where I did my contour. I do my upper lip, my chin, and right under my lip. I don't really let it sit for too long or whatever. I go back with my handy dandy Sephora Pro Concealer 71 brush and I blend. I usually blend down then up because I want less product on my brush at the bottom of my face versus obviously I want more coverage under my eyes. If your concealer is a bit flexible, you can let it sit if you want it to be a bit more full coverage. So I know I said, oh, it doesn't have to be completely blended, and I feel like this looks beautifully seamless, but it's about to be even more seamless, y'all, I promise. And because I did my eyebrows and like there's concealer here, I just put the excess product in the middle of my forehead. Next is a liquid/cream blush. What I use is the Rare Beauty liquid blushes in the shade Happy and Encourage. I just started adding Happy to the routine. I directly put it on, but sometimes it picks up weird. I don't know why. I put Encourage, which is the lighter, cooler pink at the top. Happy is a bit more of a vibrant pink. I don't know, I like the doll vibe. I like to blend this with my fingers. I don't really have a tool yet that's perfect for this step. And I just focus it on like the upper half of my cheeks and like a little bit here. Again, this has to do with the placement. So I'm trying to keep everything within the contour. And for the blush, I want to place it higher so it can lift up my face a bit more. I'm starting to like the fuller look in my cheeks though. So that's why I don't mind it reaching the actual apple of my cheek. But I want the focus to still be the upper part. With the excess, I put it on my nose. I love blush on the tip of my nose. If there's still more product, my chin and my forehead, just to get rid of the product, just to balance out everything too. Guys, I kind of messed up. I usually put blush after I do this step. It's already on the this blush is so gorgeous. For this step, guys, I literally use skin tint or foundation, but I've been using skin tint for a hot minute now. What I use before was the Milk Hydro Grip Skin Tint in the shade 11, but I just picked up the Patrick Ta foundation. Even before the Milk Hydro Grip, I literally used the Vanessa Myricks Yummy Skin Tint. She eats down too. So anything medium to light coverage with a skin-like finish, that's what I prefer. But today I will be using the Patrick Ta Major Skin Hydra Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation in the shade 20 Golden. This brush that I'm about to use is literally like, if you're gonna use anything in this tutorial, get this brush from e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. She is unstoppable, unbeatable. Been in my kit. She's affordable. She's multi-purpose. I personally use it for foundation and skin tints and stuff like that. But you can use it to blend out your cream contour, your cream blush, whatever. It's so soft. I've had the same brush for like over 5 years now. So what I do is I take the product and I put it on the back of my hand. Not too much though. Picking up some, and I start where I don't have any makeup. So underneath, and I use this to do my reverse contouring, and I just start blending. It naturally does that reverse contour vibe. I'm jealous of the girlies that just be putting concealer right there. It doesn't look good for me. I take a little bit and I blend where all the other products meet, where the contour meets the concealer. The blush is usually not here, but honestly the blush does the job that this was gonna do. It just looks so much more seamless when you do it like this. There's just excess product here now, so wherever is not that blended will be blended, but with your foundation shade or your base. So I use 3 concealers. I have my base one, my highlight. Oh, I didn't even do my highlight shade, girl. But I have been using butterscotch and then a brightening concealer. I would like to call it my Caucasian concealer. I've been calling it that for years. So usually I do butterscotch on the inner part and then chestnut outer, but I like the look of layering different shades. The key to a bright under eye, guys, it's layers. You need to build up your under eye routine. I personally like blending with a brush. I have the least amount of problems. Like with the beauty blender, it kind of picks up products sometimes, or it does like a weird blotch. I don't know, but I love my beauty blender. This is the real beauty blender. The black one is the pro one, which I'm so sorry, I really do not know the difference. I used to use the pink one, I just use the black one now. For the most part, I use brushes now. I used to only use my beauty blender. It was great for the time. I like the control you have of a brush, and you get more coverage because with the beauty blender, obviously it's a sponge and absorbs product. I love me both. Every makeup tool has its purpose, and you can decide what that purpose is. Okay, you guys think this is bright? We're going brighter, okay? Last concealer step, my favorite part, the brightening concealer. You can stop here if you want to be extra. This is the MAC Studio Radiance 24-Hour Luminous Lift Concealer in the shade NC37. I just focus, or I try my best to focus. Sometimes I get carried away, I'm not gonna lie. I try to focus right in the center of my face, as close to my under eye as possible. I try to do this really quickly because right after this, I'm gonna set it with my pressed powder from Charlotte Tilbury. I don't want the whole center of my face to be bright, if that makes sense. Like, I want a distinction between my under eye and the rest of my base. Now back here, you can see it better. My foundation, contour, it just beautifully transitions into the brightness of the under eye. And that's another like learning curve I had, knowing when too much is too much. Like, this is how the base is looking so far. And then I'm gonna take my powder puff. I got this from Amazon. You can get it on Shein, Amazon, Dollarama, girl. Buy the ones at Sephora for $50 if you want to, but they all work the same. I take my Charlotte Tilbury powder, which is my favorite powder of all time, and this is a pressed powder. This is in the shade in the shade 2. I do that, tap a little bit in the back of my thing, and I start right where I crease. I don't worry about the rest of my face or the rest of my under eye. I just focus right where I crease. So once that part is regulated, that's when I can actually be more precise with my application. And then right after the pressed powder, I go in with my other Laura Mercier powder, the Translucent Honey. I had the big size, but I think I ran out of it. She's been a holy girl of mine for years too. I go back with the same e.l.f. brush. I tap in here. I go like this, just so it could be a bit more even. I go right over the pressed powder. So I'm kind of baking. I just do wherever the concealer was, except for my nose for some reason. I skipped out on that a year or two ago for some reason. I don't know. This is the e.l.f. blush brush. I take the NARS Bronza in the shade Laguna 6. She's toasty. I take this slightly above where the cream contour was. We're still on bronzer. I have this e.l.f. Girl, you don't need an expensive brush if you cannot tell. I love me some e.l.f. Maybe go to your local Walmart or Ulta and literally get you some e.l.f. brushes. Like, I get my fluffy brush and I put bronzer in my crease. This is a random brush. I don't even know where I got it from, but if I ever lose this, guys, I do not know what I will do. It's like the perfect brush to apply your powder, bronzer, or contour. I think it's like the densest brush I have. As in for like small detail brushes, it's my densest. This is probably like an eyeshadow brush. I don't even know, but one of my favorite parts is bronzer on the tip of my nose. I don't mind going overboard for this one, girl. You can blend downwards and you're also technically wiping away the powder. I do not like the look of under here looking too light. I don't bake or do too much. Tap off a lot just to like have that clear little distinction. So I do this right after bronzing and before blush. It gives me a blueprint to not drag it too low, and it's also to set the actual foundation. I'm kind of baking, but I'm kind of not at the same time. I set my smile lines. I take the Laura Mercier Translucent Deep and I use that to set my smile lines. I'm not baking. I'm literally just pressing. As I'm doing my base, I try not to stalk or smile because I crease like crazy. Even me talking to you guys is compromising the base, but I love you guys, so it's fine. But I smile as big as I can because I'm a smiler. I do what I did before I did my base, and then I press it in. I love me a cool tone blush, so I just alternate. Honestly, what I've been doing lately, reapply the cream blushes but as like a final topper, but I'm just gonna stick with my powder blushes for now. Sometimes I use the Juvia's palette volume 4, but guys, I never touch this. Yes. I used the bottom one, not all over my cheek though. She is a dupe for her, Miss Dior's Dior. This is the OG Dior pink blush. She eats down, and we will be using her today. We'll be using both actually because I'm being extra. I used this e.l.f. of course. Another blush brush. This was a part of a pack. This is like an angled brush too. Between the bronzer and the powder / concealer, I guess. And the nose. Put a bit on the chin area just for it to look balanced. Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. If I feel frisky sometimes, I get Miss Girly up here. We're gonna focus that right at the top and into the under eye. The powder is still here, so honestly depends on you, but I personally press it in. Yeah, that's a lot of powder, is it not? Like as far as my base, we're done. Now my favorite part, finishing touches. I take my e.l.f. Expert Liquid Liner in black. Some days I have lashes, some days I don't. These are clusters. If people want details, go on my maintenance vlog. I will link it. My signature when I don't have lashes is a wing. I've been doing a wing since I was 16, guys. I'm a pro at it, and I'm gonna save my chest. I do a cute little sleek thin wing. I like the cat eye effect, right? Because I have lashes, I already have that effect. But what I always do, regardless if I have lashes or not, is my inner corner. Let me actually zoom in. Some days I try to use a light hand. Sometimes it's heavy, sometimes it's ugly, sometimes it's too much, like, but today, perfect. I continue with the liner and I put down my beauty marks. I have these actual spots I'm drawing on my face. Some of the marks I'm about to draw down are not real too. First of all, it's giving Oui Oui Paris. Like, I love a good beauty mark. My lip liner. I'm gonna have to gatekeep her, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I've already dropped what this is before, if you want to know, I'll literally give you the detail to it. All the products that you want to last the longest is on the face. Next, I spray my face with my first setting spray, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Spray. Charlotte Tilbury's products has changed my makeup game. I drench my face in this, but because I don't have that much, I'm not gonna do that. But literally ask my friends. My face is wet by the time I'm done with this one. Because I specifically crease under my eyes, I literally have to look straight ahead until my under eyes are dried. Once my under eyes are dried, I continue with my makeup. If the rest of my face is still wet, I really don't care, it's fine. So this is the key to a flawless bright under eye. Your finishing powder. Yes, I'm pulling out another one, thank you. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Soft Wear Flexible Finish Setting Powder in the shade Medium. This is more powdery, more pigmented, and it's so blurring. I take this brush from NYX, the 16 brush, and I tap off the excess. When I tell you guys, right here, and then I drag it right under, I can't do too much. It just looks more snatched. Oh my gosh, I don't put highlighter on my actual face. I only put it on my nose. I'm not gonna lie, the highlighter that I do have right now is the Rare Beauty highlighter in shade Flaunt. The one that I wanted at the time was sold out. It's more on the gold side. I wanted a more champagne highlighter because it's more natural. When the sun hits my face, I'm not just beaming gold. Like, it's more champagne, and that's what I want on my nose. But it's okay, it's fine. I just use a really small detail brush and I focus it on the tip of my nose and on the bridge. And I know I put more powder, but that's why the second setting spray is coming into play. My signature lip combo is Stockholm by NYX, the soft matte lip cream, and the Fenty Stunna paint in Unbutton. And I only put Unbutton in the center of my lip to get that pouty look. We're gonna reapply the lip liner. Okay, so I just added some mascara. I used the MAC Stack mascara. The final act of love is my Milk Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray Girl. This gives you like a luminous, dewy look. If you want to stop here, that's perfectly fine. But because, again, like I just said, I added the powder under my eyes, I want to set that. It's a bit too matte for me. So this is the finished look, guys. This is my everyday soft glam routine, girl. Is it soft glam to y'all? I'm naming it soft glam because, girl, this is blood, sweat, and tears of me experimenting, and this is what I like. These are the tips that I accumulated over the years also. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to follow me on my social media down below. If you want more makeup content, follow me on my TikTok, girl. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.